Hi, it's Phil from Inclusive Music, and in this video I'm going to share with you how you take any beat or any loop from anywhere, add it to BandLab and create a perfect loop so that your track is in perfect time. Let's do this. So I've just opened BandLab, and the first thing I'm going to do is go to here, drop a loop or an audio MIDI file. I'm going to go to my sample folders, and as you can see here I have got thousands and thousands. So let's just randomly stop here, deadly drum and bass, and I'm looking for something which doesn't tell me the tempo or the BPM of the actual beat, because that will be helping us too much. And this looks like this is all 168 and it tells us, so let's try again. And once again, whiz down, and let's have a look at this. Tony Emerson Abstract Sounds. How about a percussion loops? Let's have a look at these. Good. Okay, so let's have a quick listen. In it goes. Here we go. Okay. Now, the first thing we need to do is shorten this cycle. So here's the cycle function. And the cycle function allows us to literally cycle around for a number of beats or bars. So I'm going to go for 2 bars, so from bar 1 to 3, which is 2 bars long, and cycle it around and see how it sounds. So already you can see it's not running smoothly, it's just sounding wrong. And the reason for that is the tempo here, 120 beats per minute, does not fit this loop. So what we're going to do is adjust this until we get it exactly to finish at bar 3, and then we should have the perfect loop. So let's this is guesswork at first. We don't know where we're going, so let's try 125. 125. And here we have the audio stretching feature. Now, what we don't want to do is adjust and stretch the beat at this point, because it still will have a gap. So what we're going to do is say don't adjust. But what we can see is that that's moved a little bit nearer to the bar 3. Okay, we're not far off that. So what I'm now going to do is go to, let's say, 126. So up here, and change the tempo to 126. That's only 1 BPM faster. And I don't know if you could see it then, there was an adjustment. It went slightly longer. So don't adjust. And we are getting nearer. I'm going to zoom in just to make it really easy for us to see this. So behind the loops is hidden the zoom functions. Why BandLab do that, I don't know. So I'm really zooming in now, and we can see we're not far off. So let's slide the marker. There it is. And that's 126. Let's have a listen, because we're going on the visuals at the moment, but let's have a listen to the sound. That's not too bad at all, actually. Let's try 127. So double click 127 on the QWERTY keyboard. You see it moves. Let's have a look. Don't adjust again, and it's very close now. Remember, I'm zoomed in a long way, so if I go back here, rewind. That's sounding pretty good. Now what we can do to help to make sure it really is in time is we can add the metronome. It goes green, and that'll give us a click so we can hear how perfect or how not perfect or how out the beat is. Okay, so we can establish that this beat is 127 beats per minute. So we set the tempo to 127, and now the rest of our track can continue from there. And let's say we go to the loops. Let's suppose we want to find a bass. So I'm going to type in here, bass. And the great thing about BandLab is it does tell you how many beats per minute each sample is. And it's worthwhile trying to go for as near as 127 as you can. So let's try 130. Okay, that's worth a go. I'm going to drop it underneath. There we go. And you can see that one is exactly on bar 3. So we have visual clues, but the most important thing at the end of the day is how does it sound to your ears? Does it sound like a perfect loop? Let's have a listen to these two together. We can turn the metronome off now. Okay, we can build a track from there, as you've just seen. I gave you an example of that. Let's do that one more time to get the idea. So I'm going to just whiz back with the undo, and we're back to exactly where we started. A blank track, 120 beats per minute. So I'm going to click on here, and let's go to my samples again. As I say, you can see I've got huge amounts here, so I'm going to go to the top and then spin the wheel, and it'll stop somewhere. Here we go. Oh, it's come back to the same place. Let's try that again. Okay, classical Indian sitar. Well, that'll be interesting. Sitar wav loops. It's got the numbers on. It's got the BPM, so that's not what we're after. Let's try again. Spin the wheel. Sound pool 16. What should we have? How about a bit of hip hop? Drums. Great. There is no numbers, so it's not giving us any clues. Let's try Night Rider. Okay. We'll just take the cycle off for a moment, and we'll go to loops, and we'll zoom out. And so a clue, first of all, is we want it to be a 2-bar section, and you can see it's over. So that's suggesting if it's over, we're going to lower the BPM. So let's have a listen first of all. Okay, nice beat. Let's cycle it. And I've cycled it for 2 bars. I can extend this to 5. Well, that is 4 bars. Let's just make sure we understand that. 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bars. So if you start at 1 and add 4, you get to 5. But let's go to 3. There we go. And let's hear what the loop sounds like. Sounds strangely good. But let's get it back to bar 3. So I know it's not 120 beats per minute. Let's go to a hip hop beat. We could maybe say 90. And we notice, it gets smaller, and it's almost on bar 3. So there was a good educated guess there. Looks pretty much like it's on bar 3, but at the end of the day, how does it sound? I've had some lucky breaks here. Let me show you what I might have done. Let's suppose I went to 80. There we go, and you saw it. It gets smaller. Let's not adjust. Don't adjust. And now listen to the loop. Okay. So we've established that one was 90 beats per minute. As I say, that was using my experience of, or knowledge of, some genres, and hip hop is usually between 80 and 90, 95, so that was a good guess. Once again, we can then add any loops. let's type in piano this time. Piano. Jubilation piano at 117. Okay, let's have a listen. Okay. Now what happens with BandLab is all their loops are created in a way that whatever you put in will fit. It will actually stretch it to fit. And that's great. But what we're doing here is working out how we might use something from an external source. So I'm going to delete the track again. I'm going to go here, drop a loop. And there are literally millions of free samples on the internet. Let's see if I can find a free pack. Prime Loops Classics 1 gig freebie. Okay, I don't know where I've got this, but I have. And let's try some London Grime. Let's try it. Anyway, okay, we can see it's out of time. 140 would be. Okay, I hope you can hear that. That's slightly out of time. It's mainly this section there. It maybe could come a little bit forward. So a couple of things we can do about that. Right click on the actual sample that you want to make shorter in this case. And by making shorter we could do that, but that isn't going to make this move along to the left and be in time. So let's undo what I've just done. There we go. So right click, and what we're looking for here is audio stretch. A hidden feature I think in BandLab, but one that's really useful. We can change the pitch up and down a semitone. We can change the speed at 10% each time. That's quite handy. So I'm suggesting the speed needs to be 10% faster, plus 10%. It should look when I press it, it should appear to go shorter. So 10%, there it goes, and it has got shorter. So let's see if that fits a little bit better. Okay, this bit at the end is fairly good, but the beginning is not quite right. So I'm going to undo. This is basically practicing and experimenting, see if you can get it. Audio stretch, let's go down to more. Oops, here we go, down to more. Okay, now we want to speed it up. And it goes to 105. Let's try that. It's slightly faster now. You probably won't notice it, it's that slight, but let's try it. Let's apply it. And let's see how it sounds now. Okay, for me that's good at the beginning. It's just these last two here, these last two horn stabs are just a bit late, I think. Let's have a listen. Not quite sure about whether they're late or early, but what I'm going to do is move this to exactly the beginning. I'm going to zoom in here. When you're doing some editing, make sure you do zoom in. Then you've got more real estate and it gets easier to slice. I'm also going to go up to View and turn the grid off, because at the moment, let's just give you an example of this, it's on Smart, but if I did it on Bar and tried to move this cursor to where I want, I can only do it every bar. Okay, so it's jumping. It's like a magnet that jumps. Snap to grid, a magnet. I'm going to take the grid off, and that means we can move this exactly anywhere we want. So I'm going to go, I think I said that right at the beginning there, and then right click, slice. That's cut it in half, and I'm going to move this now to where I think it might be sounding better. So let's just shorten this one. There we go. So was it there? Let's try that. No, that isn't it. Pretty good. It's also got that sort of hip hop feel of being slightly off the beat, a little bit before, a little bit after. That works well. Okay, let's see if we can add something else. Maybe another piece of percussion. That's a real challenge. So, nope, I'm going to go to not a BandLab track. We'll stretch it in time. That can work. Sometimes it can sound great. But suppose I've got a really nice sample that I want to use. Let's try to find a vocal. So back to my samples. Have I got any vocals? Vocal house. That'll be a challenge. All vocals. How about that? Okay. Counting. Angel counting could be quite fun. Okay, let's try this.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that's way out. So probably the easiest thing would be to slice this up and put them in exactly the right place. But let's have the challenge and change the pitch of this. Okay. Sorry, change the tempo.
1, 2.
So at the moment it's too fast. So here we go again. Right click down to audio stretch, and 10% speed is crude, so I'm going to go to more, and I've got more control over it here. So let's change it by a little bit, 5%, and I'm just going to apply it. And when you see I touch it, it goes faster.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Okay. Right click again. Audio stretch more. 10%. Okay. Let's try that.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 1, 2 works well for me. So now with the cursor, very carefully, right click, I'm going to slice it there. So let's move that to bar 2. That's where I think it probably starts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. Let's have a listen.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I don't think it's in the right place. It might be in the right time. So I'm going to just maybe start that a little bit later. I don't know. Pesky fly, go away.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
No, let's try again. Keep working at it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Okay, so now it feels to me like we need to slow it down a bit. Okay, let's try that.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
I wonder if we can even go into, we've got 0.5. I wonder if we can change it. Can we go 1.04? Nope, we can't. Okay, learned something there. Let's just show you about the pitch. Up 1 semitone. Let's go up 2 semitones, 3, 4 semitones, so it sounds a bit silly.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, there we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
Okay, still not entirely happy with it, and I do like to get things how I want it, how I imagine it in my head. So let's just do a bit of slicing here. S for slice, that's the shortcut. And we don't have to be too accurate with where we slice, as long as it's in between each of these waveforms. So there we go. So let's grab those 3 and make sure I've got this first one in the right place. I could go from bar. No.
1, 2,
Yep, 1's okay. 1. Let's try. I'm going to randomly put that there. How's it sound?
1, 2, 1, 2.
I think I want to move that a bit further in. Let's try this one. And that one. Now I've got some idea of the space, the interval between them.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Oh no. I think it wants to be faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that comes right at the end.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like 3, 4. I don't think that was right, so let's try that.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
I think, see how they can overlap on each other, which is nice now, so that pushes them together.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Yeah, I'm liking that. So let's go crazy. Let's really challenge. Here's a random group of samples again. Let's spin the wheel. Where does it stop? Monster kicks. I don't really want some kick drums. I don't know. Linguistics free samples from Black Octopus. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Whisper, scream. How about a scream? Let's see if we've got this. If this fits in the middle.
1, 2, and it goes like.
Okay, let's make it a little bit louder. That sounds quite interesting.
1, 2, and it goes like. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing, I'm going to still make it a bit louder. I want to push it up to about there because he's saying and it goes like, and so even though it makes no real sense, let's just shorten that. Shorten this just to tidy things up a bit. Let's have a listen.
1, 2, and it goes like. 1, 2, 3.
And it goes like, I think it comes in a bit too early. Might make him a bit faster in a minute. Let's try this.
1, 2, and it goes like. 1, 2, 3.
It goes like. Let's have a listen again.
1, 2, and it goes like.
Yeah, I think it comes in too late. Maybe on bar 2. That would sort of make sense for me. So there's the white line and the waveform is coming in exactly on 2. Let's have a listen.
1, 2, and it goes like.
No. It's too early. By ear now.
1, 2, and it goes like. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, okay, I think that's good, but they're overlapping a bit, so I need to speed and it goes like. So right click again, we're going to go to audio stretch. Let's try speeding up 10%. You see it gets shorter. That means if it gets in shorter, it's going faster. Have a
1, 2, and it goes like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and it goes like. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now because it's shorter, it comes in a little bit sooner, so I want to bring it a little bit later. Bring it in a little bit later.
1, 2, and it goes like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
Okay.
and it goes like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Okay, got some interesting things going on. I'm going to keep going now. I didn't intend to do this, but I want to show you that anything is possible. Even in BandLab, which is has its limitation, it's still incredibly powerful if you go below the surface. So the musical imagination is what I talk about a lot, and that's the idea of whatever you hear in your head, you try and find it. So it's great to get those ideas together and then try and work out if they fit. And generally speaking, if you work hard, if you put in a few rules, you can make it sound good. So what might I want now? I want a piano. Let's say I want a piano. Let's see if I can find a piano. Of course I can find it in BandLab. It's easy and it will time stretch it, but I'm pushing the envelope here when you can't find anything in BandLab that you want, or you want to just do something different. Oh, actually maybe a guitar. Let's try an art school guitar. Harmonic stab, finger tapping, crazy lead. Let's have a listen. Okay, this could be mad. Okay, sounds terrible. Okay, can I do anything with it? First of all, it's not in the right key. I don't know what key it's in, and it doesn't really matter. All I'm going to do is go to audio stretch again and raise it. Let's go one semitone at a time. No, it's still a bit low. I can now judge that it's still low. So one semitone up. No. And it's worth saying I have no musical qualifications, and I can't read music. So I have to go by ear, and what I'm saying to you is it doesn't matter whether you've got qualifications or not. If you've got a good ear and you practice listening to things, you can get it right. So that's what's important. Here we go. Okay, so I think that's in the right key. That sounds like it matches, but it's out of time. It's too fast. So right click, audio stretch. Too fast. So I'm going to slow it down by 10%. So it jumped. It's got longer, which means we've slowed it down. Let's have a listen. Okay, I like that. It's working for me. But let's just slice it up a bit. I'm going to have it coming in. Yeah, maybe about there. I'm looking at the waveform now. That's a bit louder, so let's slice. No, let's pull it in. Okay, so we won't hear it until there. How's that sound? Not so keen on that, so we'll do undo. Okay, a little trick we can use now is to copy all of these. To do that, actually, it's important to go back to the view and go to get the snap to grid on, get the magnet back on, because the magnet will help us retain the timing. Also change the grid size. Oh, we have got it on bar. Okay, that's good. So that means that if I move this now, it'll go from bar 1 to bar 2 and then to bar 3 and nothing in between. So this is what I wanted, because what I'm going to do is get my lasso out. This is where I hold the mouse down. See that grey square or rectangle as it changes, and I'm going to touch all those samples, and you'll see the white line surrounding them now. It means I've selected them all, and I'm going to right click and copy, and then at bar 3 put the cursor in at bar 3 and then paste. There we go, exact copy. Now I'm going to make the cycle longer, so let's just drag it here to bar 5. So I've got 4 bars in total. I know it's a bit confusing when you see the number 5, but it's 4 bars. But now you can see there's 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and we have the same here. Now what I'm going to do is just take a few things out so we don't have it repeating exactly like this. So let's suppose this was the start of a song. Let's take that first guitar out. So I am actually going to delete that.
1, 2, and it goes like 1.
Okay, so I'm going to take out that vocal. Let's have a listen to that.
And it goes like
Okay, going to take out the horns, the first horn. Here we go.
and it goes like 1.
Okay, and let's take out both horns there. I don't want the horns to be introduced at the same time as the guitar, so I'm now going to shorten the guitar. This is now on. You can see I can only move it on the bar now, so what I need to do therefore is go to there, grid size, and I can go back to smart, which still has a magnet to it, but it's a smaller grid. So I want about there. No idea how it'll sound. Let's have a listen.
And it goes like 1, 2, and it goes like and it goes like 1, 2, and it goes like
Okay, I'm going to take out that vocal, and I'm going to copy this guitar. So let's do this way. Copy. You can do Control C, Control V. Sort of liking it, maybe around there. So right click, paste. Another guitar here.
and it goes like
Oh no. Do. Shorten it. Move it along. Was not in the right place.
and it goes like and it goes like and it goes like
Still a bit early. Try that.
and it goes like and it goes like
Not so keen. Can I get away with putting it at the beginning? Okay, so remember that I actually chopped off the beginning, so let's go here.
and it goes like
Let's chop it off just before the vocal comes in.
and it goes like and it goes like
So I hope that's been useful. What we did there was look at the tempo, first of all, by picking any loop, any sample from the internet, anywhere, dropping it in, changing the tempo of BandLab's, the sequences and how fast it is. We can then change the pitch and change the speed of the individual sample so that really we can make anything fit. I hope that's been useful. If it has, please like, subscribe and share the video. Till the next time, keep making music. Bye for now.